it's Sheena Joy and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome to my channel. I normally do card making videos but today I'm going to be doing a bullet journal spread for the month of November. And I got into bullet journaling in the summer, so I'm really loving it. It allows creativity. It allows me to set up a planner according to what I want. So yeah, I really love it. And all right, I was waiting for my journal to arrive. It finally did a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna work on that now, and let's get started. Okay, I hope you're all well. Like I said, I was waiting for this loose turn bullet journal. It's in Nordic blue, it's A5 dotted, and I already started the cover page on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I did a quote. I looked one up and kind of modified it for me, and the drawings and the printing is all done with pencil. So I'm taking my Staedtler Fineliner and I'm going over the pencil printing, and then after I'm going to erase the pencil. So to add in color on the floral images, I'm using these Zig Clean Color Rail Brush markers, and I'm using this palette here on the right hand side, and some brushes, and of course some water. So I really love the theme of florals that I choose for this month, and I love this quote too. November is the month to reflect upon what we are grateful for in our lives. And I find in the fall, it's almost the end of the year, and I find myself looking at my year and what I'm grateful for. And yeah, so I thought this was a great quote. So here I'm just adding some color to the color that's already on the flowers, just adding a little bit of depth here and there. And because the paper in the journal is not as thick as watercolor paper, then I don't add as much water. And that's really the beauty of these markers, is that they can be used with a little bit of water or a lot of water, or you can just use them plain as markers. So yeah, I really love working with them. So this quote page is done, and I'm moving on to the monthly spread. I already did this drawing on the right hand side with pencil, and again I'm going to be using the Zig markers to add in color. So just doing the final little touches, and now this page is done, and I love how it turned out. I love florals every time. So now I'm moving on to the mood tracker. You can see that I already drew everything in pencil. So I'm taking my Sharpie fine point marker and I'm going over the circular mood tracker. I really like the circular mood tracker. I had seen Amanda Rach Lee do it for September, and I did it for September too, and I really loved it. Here I'm using the Staedtler Fineliner to go over the printing, and now back to the zig markers to add watercolor. And you don't necessarily, of course, have to use zig markers. I mean, use whatever you like to use. I just really like the versatility of these, and I like using them plain too, not just as watercolor. So now that I'm done with the mood tracker, I can move on to the habit tracker page. I'm using a mechanical pencil just to finish drawing these little hanging vines with flowers hanging on the ends. I thought it was really pretty. I love how this turned out. So you can see now that I'm drawing in the actual chart of the tracker, and on the left hand side I'm going to put the day, and across the top on the horizontal portion I'm going to put the actual habits that I want to track. I'm using the Staedtler Fineliners to color in these hanging vines with the flowers at the end. I like the colors that they come in, and I also like that they're so fine. And I don't show it, but after I finish this, I erase the pencil lines. And some of the flowers are completely colored in, and others are left just with a colored outline. So it's nice variety, and it turned out really beautifully. So now that I've finished with the mood tracker and the habit tracker, I'm on to the expense tracker now. So just drawing in the chart, and I do 3 sections. I do amount, and then description, and then the date after. And what I might add at the very end is kind of adding everything up at the end of the month, but we'll see if I can get a good idea just from looking at this, and I'll stay with this. So yeah, just drawing in the lines, and I'm gonna put in some flower pot, well, 1 flower pot, a little bit of flowers, and just add some color to the actual letters. So this is it right here. Here's the November quote. November is the month to reflect upon what we are grateful for in our lives. And I know that's for me because towards the end of the year, I start reflecting upon the past year, and I feel so grateful for things that happened and lessons I learned and things that came into my life, and for the people in my life, of course. Here's the November title page. Here is the monthly spread, and you can see some things I added extra that weren't in the video. And I didn't, I added this piece of paper here because it covered a mistake I made, and so it gives a view of the following month. So here we have the mood tracker, and I already filled in yesterday. And here's the guide that I'm using for the colors, a monthly spread, and again some watercoloring. And here's the habit tracker. And I like how these little flowers are hanging with the vines. And I numbered it 9 to 30 because I didn't start until the 8th, and today's the 9th. And here I'll share what I have in here. Stretching daily, chug a tea daily, which is a medicinal tea, creativity time, flossing daily, purge at least 1 item per day, and having moments of gratitude. And there's a couple of, like, there's a little bit of an extra room to put in some extra things if I want to, like, if I think of them. Okay, so here's the expense tracker, the amount, the description, and the date. And here's the monthly view here. And you can see I just added monthly, sorry, I added little doodles. And here's my weekly spread. With my first week, which I started on this week, which starts on the 5th, I had my spacing a little bit wrong. So the following like pages, I actually evenly space them, and I use my Staedtler Fineliners for this, and then I use the Zig markers again kind of as a watercolor wash. And then for the last week of November, I added 2 days of December just to make it like a 7-day spread. And then I went on to the November reflections page, and this is going to carry over. I use my bullet journal as a diary because I just, for me as a mom of 2 boys, I'm a homeschooling mom as well. So just having one extra journal is like, it doesn't make sense for me. So I like to have everything in one as much as I can. So I'll write down whatever I'm feeling, whatever kind of lessons I've learned for myself, whatever I'm thinking about on that day. And I don't even have to write daily. Anyway, so I did some doodling here, some drawing I should say, and then I use these Zig markers to use as watercolor to color them in, and I really love how everything turned out. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope if you're a bullet journaler, then I hope you're loving your spread too. I know I love what I did this month. And thanks so much for watching, and consider subscribing, and take care everyone. Okay, bye.